Jim, of course, was talking in the last block about that fairly large deal, over $11 billion that Pfizer is doing this morning, acquiring Biohaven Pharma, of course, a key product that I'm going to let Jim talk a bit more about. But it treats migraines. Nurtec is the name, perhaps as much as $900 million in sales, according to analysts, for this year, and perhaps as much as $3 to $4 billion over time. Now, Pfizer did a deal already to distribute ex-U.S., outside the U.S., 6 months ago. They also took a relatively small equity stake in the company at that time. That was back in November. They now follow it up by an acquisition of the entire company. This is not the kind of a deal where it's a phase 2 drug and you're wondering, well, is it going to succeed or not? But you're getting a discount perhaps on something that could be a blockbuster. This is an existing drug with a huge potential market, with some competition as well, of course, from the likes of AbbVie and Lilly that they're getting into here, Pfizer. And, of course, we know they've got a lot of cash with which to diversify some of their product portfolio, don't we? $148.50 a share is what they're paying. As I said, they already own 2.6%. They will finance it. Yeah, high class, right? All that cash coming in from the vaccine and from Paxlovid. Pfizer's got $30 billion of it, expected to close in early 2023. We've seen them do some deals as well. Remember, they did that Arena deal. They did Array. Those were more typical of sort of the earlier stage biotech or mid-stage where you're taking a chance to a certain extent. Here, Jim, what they're really just saying is, I think at the Biohaven front, we'll take a nice premium. And by the way, you guys know better how to compete in this worldwide market where we really need a big sales force that can go and market up against some of these other big competitors.
Yeah, well, there's 30 million people who need this. It's a remarkable drug. If you think that you have one coming on, especially because of weather, you take it 15 minutes before. If you have one, you take it 15 minutes after. I was one of the early adopters of this. I also have the Aimovig shot. Umbrelvi, which is AbbVie, is not being marketed correctly. And I have been back and forth with AbbVie to recognize, since they don't, I have migraine problems. I was the chief spokesperson for the American Migraine Foundation, and I was trying to get AbbVie to really push Umbrelvi, but that was an allergen drug, and they didn't get it. But this guy, Vlad Korak, who is the CEO of Biohaven, was most forthcoming to me, saying, "Look, this is the drug that could be a $5 billion drug, very quickly, but you needed someone like Pfizer." Because no one believes me when I say how great this thing is. It's like, Carl, when you have a migraine, people take like Bufferin, Excedrin. I mean, those are the equivalent of the placebo versus this thing. I mean, I live by this. I had a really bad migraine. I'm at the end of my Aimovig, which lasts 26 days. That's a shot. I had a really bad migraine this weekend. The choice was whether I used my wife's Mezcal or I used this. But it was 11 o'clock in the morning. I can't drink Mezcal that early, but I sure can take a Nurtec.
How does it price? And what's covered? What's not covered?
It's the whole thing. This is all covered.
It is.
Yeah, this is a miracle drug. And people don't understand. David, it's so painful to meet people who have migraine, and I'll say, do you take Nurtec? And it's like, no, I take Excedrin migraine.
No, you're right.
Excedrin
there is a new
migraine.
class of drugs to treat migraines that are life-changing.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.